Good afternoon. I'm Corporal Alba, and today's brief is unclassified. I'd like to thank Staff Sergeant Henschke for being here today. The purpose of this class is to discuss the importance of education and training on current and new leaders. On today's agenda, we will be going over the importance of education and training by showing you how intellect, productivity, and leadership is influenced and affected. Then I'll summarize what we went over. And if you have any questions throughout the presentation, I'll have some time at the end to answer any. The purpose of education is understanding. The goal of training is performance, Frank Gabel once said. The Army definition of education is systematic instruction of individuals and subjects that will enhance their knowledge of science and the art of war. The definition of training is to teach a particular skill or type of behavior through practice and instruction over a period of time. Our first topic is intellect. According to ADP 7-0, Chapter 3-2, units train as they intend to operate. This means replicating the complex and uncertain operational environments and training that the unit will likely face in combat and other operations. Leaders ensure soldiers and the unit trained to cope with the complex, stressful, and lethal situations that they will likely encounter in combat. Education helps leaders improve their critical thinking skills, helps them improve their critical thinking as a leader, where they're able to adapt, improvise, and overcome any unexpected obstacles or any unexpected things to happen during their mission, during training events, ATs, or anything. Training is important for leaders because they'll help them apply their critical thinking skills and help them become more proficient and whenever these unexpected occurrences happen. For example, say a medic is out in the field, out on a mission, he's out there and he runs out of equipment on the field, like a tourniquet, some gauze, he doesn't have a litter. It's important to know how to replace those items with whatever's around you. So you would use your critical thinking skills to help build a new tourniquet, help get a new litter out of whatever you can make, get some temporary gauze of some sort, and this will help you keep up in saving lives. It'll help you in your MOS and your job to stay up to date on what could replace any equipment, because there's never really a perfect scenario when you're out there and you have everything you need. Something will most likely go wrong, so it'll be better that you're ready for the worst to come at you. Our next topic is productivity. The Ranger Handbook states that in Chapter 1-1, Section A-2-B, know yourself and seek your self-improvement. Strengths and weaknesses of your character, knowledge, and skills. Continually develop your strengths and work on overcoming your weaknesses. It is important for current and new leaders to keep up to date with information, mainly regarding their MOS or jobs. Say, like, if you're a medic, it'd be really good to stay up to date with all new medical procedures, all new medical guidelines that come out, because there's a reason they're coming out to help benefit the Army, because half the time it's civilian medicine going into Army medicine, and vice versa. The constant practicing and training helps you improve your skills with these new developments and helps you stay more proficient. And then it is important to work on your weaker skills, so that way you're not weak in the field when it comes to it on an AT or on a mission, and that area you're weak in, it's erased. So you become more confident, and you'll be able, your productivity be a lot better. Like, say, for example, say we have a new method of doing IVs. and it's been proven and shown, like, statistically, that it's better than our old method. It'd be really good to start going to the new one, transitioning to the new method of IVs, and start training all yourself and your soldiers, so that when you train yourself and show that you're capable of learning, then your soldiers will follow through, and this will help the Army's productivity stay above everyone else's. It'll help you become more proficient as well. Our next topic is, our final topic is leadership. We don't need leaders who warm on cold days by oil barrels while their men freeze on their grenade ranges. If they get cold, the leader ought to get cold, just as cold. And when he marches back to the barracks with them after that kind of day, they'll know he's one of them, stated Drill Sergeant Baxine. And it's tough being the first domino. It is important that new and current leaders have good qualities to have, so that way their soldiers respect them and follow them and listen to them. Education helps develop an emotional intelligence as a leader, and that'll help you understand your soldiers better on the more emotional and caring side. And it is also important to stay up to date with all new training methods and training advancements in being a leader. Because this is a new Army. We don't live like in the old Army anymore. So there's current updates, different ways to start taking care of your soldiers, different ways how to lead them. And it's better so you could be the leader that they want, and you can show them how to be the soldier. And just by your presence, by all your achievements, so they look up to you, and then they'll say, hey, look, he's training more, he's continuing his education, we should do the same. An example of continuing education and training and leadership is like going to your BLC, going to ALC, going to your airborne classes, your air assault. That's constant education for your area, getting your medical field badge, your infantry badge. All those are showing that you're continuing your education and you're staying up to date to your training. So that way you will understand and be more proficient in what you're trying to do. Another example would be, you can learn how to march your soldiers, but you won't essentially know how to march them if you don't ever march them yourself. So you need to, as well as educating yourself, you need to march, you need to train and practice all the skills you learn in your class. So that way, when it comes to it and you gotta go march in front of higher ups for a competition, it'll help you look better. In summary, this is why the Army's been implementing both education and training purposes, because it improves the intellect, it improves the productivity and leadership skills for current and future leaders. The continuous education is necessary to expand your understanding and skills for all the new advancements in our new age. The constant training helps you maintain, improve, and keep up to date with your skills. Helps you stay more proficient, helps you make sure you're all right in the battlefield to whatever you gotta do, say shooting, treating people, cleaning your weapons. So in other words, education and training can go hand in hand together and are really important for current leaders, new leaders, and all soldiers, so that way they can continue making the Army the great Army. Is there any questions? If there are no questions, then this concludes my brief.